Buying a home, it's so much more than just a transaction. For most of us, it's the single biggest financial and emotional investment we will ever make. It's about security, it's about stability, it's the foundation we build our entire lives on. But here's the thing. Inside the walls of what looks like a dream home, there can be dangers lurking. Incredibly expensive, destructive problems just waiting to turn that dream into a total, financially draining nightmare. This right here, this is your guide through that minefield. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to break down the 9 most critical red flags every single home buyer needs to see. We're going to transform you from an anxious buyer into an empowered, informed inspector of your own future.
Let's just start with a number, $45,000. Now, I want you to really look at that number. That is not some abstract figure I pulled out of thin air. No, this is a conservative estimate for what it costs to repair one single catastrophic problem, like a failing foundation. And listen, this isn't just about the money. This is 6 months of your life completely derailed by construction crews. It's the nonstop stress of living in a dusty, torn-apart house. It's the price you pay for one missed warning sign, one tiny crack you overlooked, one moment where you trusted the process when it felt rushed. This number, it represents the huge financial stakes that are on the table with every single home purchase. The knowledge we're about to cover is your best defense against costs like these, costs that can absolutely cripple your financial future before it even gets off the ground.
So, the big question is this, right? How do you arm yourself? How do you train your eyes to see past the fresh paint, the nice furniture, and spot those little clues of a disaster in the making? Well, that's exactly what we're here to do. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide. All right? Let's get to it. Let's spot that nightmare hiding in your dream home together.
Okay, so to get started, we have to understand the landscape we're playing in. The housing market right now is not the market from 5 or even 10 years ago. It has a unique, really complex set of challenges that demand a much higher level of diligence from every single buyer. We can't just look at houses anymore. We have to investigate them, seriously. Navigating this environment requires more than just a pre-approval letter from the bank. It requires a strategic, almost forensic approach to every single property you even think about.
So, there are 3 specific pressures that really define today's market, and you've got to be aware of all of them. First up, insurance and climate risk. This is a newer threat and it's growing fast. Properties in areas that are prone to floods, wildfires, or big storms are getting way more expensive to insure, and in some cases, you can't get insurance at all. And let me be clear, a home you can't insure is not an asset, it's a massive liability. Second, we are still dealing with the fallout from the pandemic market frenzy. You remember that, right? Countless buyers waived inspections just to get their offer accepted. Well, that means a huge number of homes are now coming back on the market with major, unaddressed problems that no professional ever even saw. The seller might not even know about them. And finally, our housing stock is just getting older. The average age of a U.S. home keeps going up, which means its core systems, the plumbing, the electrical, the structure itself, are all hitting the end of their lifespan. That makes sudden, expensive failures way more common than they used to be.
All right, now that we know what the market looks like, let's turn our attention inward, to the core of the house itself, because this is where the most expensive, most devastating mistakes are made. We're going to use what I call an inside-out approach, starting with the 3 absolute pillars of a home's integrity: the foundation, the roof, and that silent threat that's always there, water. These are the things that hold everything else together, and where failure is simply not an option.
The foundation is, well, it's everything. It is the literal and financial bedrock of your entire investment. Think of it like the skeleton of the home. Every wall, every floor, everything rests on it. So a problem here isn't just a problem. It's a systematic failure that compromises the whole structure. Foundation issues are invasive, they're complex, and they are incredibly expensive to fix. You don't just patch these things. You need engineers, excavation crews, hydraulic jacks, the whole 9 yards. Spotting the early signs of foundation trouble is probably the single most important skill a homebuyer can have.
Okay, so these are the symptoms of a much bigger illness. Let's look closer. First, not all cracks are a big deal. You'll see hairline cracks in drywall. That's usually just normal settling. What you're looking for are the alarms. Big, diagonal cracks, especially ones that are wider at the top than the bottom. On the outside, in the brickwork, look for stair-step cracks that follow the mortar lines. These are classic signs that one part of the foundation is sinking faster than another. Next, use your own body. As you walk through the house, do the floors feel level? Here's a pro tip. Bring a marble with you. Seriously, put it on the floor in a few different rooms. If it always rolls to one side, that's a huge tell.
And pay close attention to the doors and windows. When these stick or they don't close right, it's often because the whole frame has been twisted by the house moving. Look for uneven gaps. All these clues point to huge forces pushing on the home, either from shifting soil or, and this is a big one, from water pressure. That's the relentless force of groundwater just trying to get in. It's a battle your foundation has to win 24/7.
So if the foundation is the home's anchor, the roof is its shield. It's the #1 line of defense against the elements. A failing roof doesn't just mean you have a little leak you catch in a bucket. It means a slow, silent invasion of water that can rot the structural beams in your attic, soak your insulation until it's a useless, moldy mess, and then stain the ceilings and walls in your living room. Yeah, the cost of a new roof is a lot, but the cost of the damage a bad roof can cause, it's way, way higher. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars in mold removal and structural repairs.
You can see a lot right from the ground. Use binoculars if you have to. Look for shingles that are missing, cracked, or curling up at the edges. That tells you the material is old and brittle. Another key thing to look for is a bunch of sandy stuff, these little granules in the gutters or on the ground. Those granules are the protective layer of the shingle, and when they're gone, the shingle's basically toast. But the biggest visual red flag is a sagging roofline. Even a tiny dip or curve is a major structural warning. It could mean the trusses underneath are failing. That needs an expert immediately. And listen, the physical signs are only half of it. The lack of paperwork is just as big a red flag. A homeowner who took care of the roof will have records. A seller who can't give you any receipts, no inspection reports, no warranty, they're basically telling you they've neglected it. And with a roof, what you can't see is almost always worse than what you can.
And now we get to the most persistent, the most insidious threat to any home: water. I call it the silent destroyer. It's the cause of mold, rot, and structural decay. If you let it go, it can undermine the strongest foundation, wreck your interiors, and create a really unhealthy place to live. Water doesn't need force, it just needs time and a path. So understanding how to spot the signs of water intrusion is absolutely crucial to protecting your investment and your family's health.
Honestly, your nose is one of your best tools here. When you walk into a basement or a crawl space, just stop and take a deep breath. That musty, damp, earthy smell, that is the unmistakable scent of mold or mildew. It means there's a constant moisture problem, period. After it rains, walk around the entire outside of the house. See any pools of water sitting near the foundation? That's a sign of bad drainage. Look up at the gutters. Are they overflowing? Are the downspouts just dumping water right next to the house instead of being extended a few feet away? And most importantly, look at the ground itself. The dirt around the house should slope away from the foundation on all sides. It's called positive drainage. If the ground is flat or, even worse, slopes towards the house, then every single time it rains, it's like a funnel, channeling all that water directly against your foundation, just looking for a way in.
Okay, so we've talked about the laws of physics: gravity, water, time. Now we're going to shift our focus to human behavior. This next set of red flags is all about the story the seller and the house are telling you. These are the signs that someone might be actively trying to hide problems or that they have a long history of neglect that should make you really suspicious. This is where you have to become a detective.
You have to learn to think with a healthy dose of skepticism. Question every cosmetic fix. That one wall or that one patch on the ceiling that's been freshly painted, it's probably not just a touch-up, it's a cover-up for a water stain. A house that's just full of scented candles or plug-in air fresheners might seem nice, but any inspector will tell you that's a huge red flag. What are they trying to mask? The smell of must, mold, pet damage, or maybe even a sewage backup. And brand new carpet in just one room, especially a basement, you should be extremely suspicious. What's it hiding? A cracked slab, water-damaged floors, evidence of a flood? These aren't signs of a well-kept home. They're signs of a well-hidden problem.
Now, I want you to look really closely at the details, at the craftsmanship of any work that's been done. Shoddy tile work with big, uneven grout lines, or mismatched electrical outlets that don't sit flat against the wall. Those are all signs of amateur hour. And this isn't just about looks, it's about a mindset. If the work you can see is this bad, you have to assume the work you can't see, like the plumbing behind the wall or the wiring in the attic, is even worse. Amateur electrical work is a fire hazard. Amateur plumbing is a flood waiting to happen. These aren't just little signs of deferred maintenance, they are huge signs of dangerous and expensive shortcuts.
This quote just nails it, right? An owner who cuts corners on a simple tile job probably didn't hire a pro for the more complex stuff. The visible amateur repairs are a window into the owner's entire philosophy of home maintenance. Think of it this way. If you see someone driving a car that's full of trash and has bald tires, you don't assume they've been good about changing the oil, do you? It's the exact same logic here. It's a clear warning that there are probably deeper, hidden problems that were handled with the same lack of care and skill.
Okay, beyond the walls, a home's mechanical systems are its vital organs. They're also really expensive items that can fail without any warning. So take the time to actually look at the manufacturing dates on the water heater, the furnace, and the AC unit. If they're getting close to or they're past their typical lifespan, which is usually about 10 to 15 years, then you are probably inheriting a bill for thousands of dollars, and it'll likely happen in your first year there. Open the electrical panel. Is it an old fuse box or a modern breaker panel? Does it have enough juice for a modern family's needs? These are the kinds of big-ticket items that can really turn a dream into a nightmare, and having the right team on your side is critical. If you're looking for a trusted real estate agent in your area or need to sort out life insurance, my team and I can help you anywhere nationwide. The links are in the description. All right, now let's look beyond the house itself, because the red flags do not stop at the front door.
A good evaluation doesn't stop at the property line. The home exists in a bigger context: the neighborhood, the local market, and, this is a big one, the behavior of the seller. These outside factors are just as important to your long-term happiness and financial security as the condition of the house. You're not just buying wood and drywall. You are investing in a location for the next chapter of your life. Ignoring these external factors is a super common and very costly mistake.
You have got to be extremely wary of a bargain that seems too good to be true. In real estate, it almost never is. If a home is priced way below the average for similar houses in the neighborhood, there is always a reason. This isn't a sign that you found a hidden gem, it is a massive red flag. That discount is pricing something in. It could be factoring in that $45,000 foundation repair we talked about, or a failed septic system that cost $25,000 to replace. Or maybe it's something outside, like it's in a new floodplain, which means your insurance will be insane, or it's next to some industrial site. An unrealistically low price is not a gift. It is a warning sign that's screaming at you, telling you there's a problem that someone else hopes you'll pay to fix.
And remember, you're not just buying a house, you're buying into a community. The condition of the houses around you directly impacts your quality of life and your home's future resale value. Don't just do a quick drive-by. Park your car, get out, and walk the neighborhood. Do it on a weeknight, do it on a weekend. Are there a bunch of abandoned buildings or vacant lots? Is there just a general feeling of neglect? If your potential home is the only nice property on a street full of disrepair, its value is going to be held down by everything around it. You're investing in the future of that area, and these are clear signs that the future might be one of decline, not growth. And now we come to maybe the most important red flag of all. And it has nothing to do with the property itself. It has everything to do with the person selling it. A seller's transparency, or lack thereof, is a direct indicator of their honesty. It can tell you more about the home's true condition than any inspection. A transparent seller with a well-maintained home is proud to show you everything. A defensive or evasive seller, they almost certainly have something to hide.
These right here, these are the deal breakers. In most places, sellers are legally required to give you a property disclosure statement outlining any known problems. A seller who refuses or gives you a really vague one, massive red flag. Even more alarming is a seller who offers you money or a discount to waive your right to a professional home inspection. They are literally trying to buy their way out of being scrutinized. They're betting that a few $1,000s now will save them from the $50,000 problem your inspector is guaranteed to find. And finally, any attempt to restrict your access, a locked attic, a cluttered crawl space they say is inaccessible, you have to see that as a direct attempt to hide a problem. A seller who is hiding something is almost always hiding something expensive. You have to be ready to walk away. Walking away from a bad deal is the smartest move any buyer can ever make.
Okay, we have spent all this time identifying the problems. We've mapped out the minefield. Now, let's shift our focus completely to the solution. Knowing about these red flags is totally useless if you don't have a clear, actionable plan. So this section is your pre-offer battle plan. It's a checklist designed to take you from feeling anxious to feeling empowered, in control, and completely confident in your final decision.
This 5-point checklist is your non-negotiable toolkit. Number 1, always, without any exception, hire a licensed professional home inspector. It's the single best investment you will make in this entire process. 2, read every single word of the seller's disclosures and ask for any and all maintenance records they have. 3, if your inspector notes any potential issues with the roof, the foundation, the plumbing, whatever, don't hesitate. Bring in a specialist. Spending $500 on a structural engineer to avoid a $50,000 repair is the easiest decision you will ever make. 4, we've said it before, but it's crucial. Visit the neighborhood at different times of the day and on different days of the week. And 5, if the inspections turn up problems, get written quotes from qualified contractors before you finalize your offer. This turns a vague problem into a hard number. It gives you leverage to negotiate or to walk away knowing exactly what you'd be getting into. following this checklist is your best defense. I really hope this has empowered you on your home buying journey. If you found it valuable, a like, share, or subscription is always appreciated. And remember, for those needing a dedicated real estate agent or help with life insurance, my team is ready to assist nationwide. You'll find all the info you need in the description below.
You know, you started this as a home buyer, maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by it all. But you're leaving with a new lens, the inspector's eye. You now have the framework to look past the surface, to question what you see, and to spot those subtle warnings that other buyers are just going to walk right past. The power is no longer just with the seller or the agent. It's with you, the informed buyer. So the question isn't what you might miss anymore. The question is, with this new knowledge, what are you going to see that ensures your next home is truly the dream you deserve?